Hi. This is just a video about the fact that I went outside today. And for that, I am happy. I'm happy. But, for that one win, as you know, clearly all my days must be filled with envy and awfulness, so this is probably the one good thing that will happen to me today. And I'll take it. I'll take it. Well, guys, welcome to the official countdown of the number of days that I will still be in America. The number is getting smaller. And so, one thing I thought about today was like the cause of my own failure. I think in a large part, some of it has to do with like a misunderstanding, right? There's like my worldview, and then there's just like the way that others view the world. And we're just living in a time of like competing religious beliefs and this idea that like all people are all good or all bad and there's no in between at all. And it's very strange being a black person, a black woman, because in all the ways we've just been dehumanized, hypersexualized, completely chastised. So there's not really there's no safe spaces in the community, and there's really no group of advocates who like give a shit about our lives. Let me just speak for myself. Like, I know that outside of a handful of people, maybe two, maybe possibly three, like if I died tomorrow, my life wouldn't have really meant much to a lot of people, and I think that's really unfortunate, because I feel like I tried to do some pretty cool things. Maybe I just entered like the wrong sector. Maybe I don't know. All I know is it just feels so exhausting. It just feels so exhausting to keep getting up each day and trying to survive in a place where everyone hates you and all of your dreams have been crushed and your family has been ripped apart and all of your personal belongings have been stolen. And this is 2022, and this is America, and I'm not an immigrant here. And that's my real story. And like, I wouldn't wish that on another person just because of how awful it feels for me. But I also can't forget that that's what is happening and has happened to me. And there isn't any space for like redoing, for like making it right, or like, how do you say, like trying to move forward. There is no moving forward. After some of the stuff that has happened to me has happened, there isn't any moving forward. There's no reconciliation. There's no water under the bridge. There's no nothing. There's just cutting ties and like leaving like forever. And I think it's very strange for people to continue to talk to me as though there's going to be a tomorrow, or like there's another opportunity. There's no opportunities. It's over. It's dead. Like it's done, finished. And the really sad part to me is that, like, as I sit here on this campus and I like look around, and this is fucking California. This is supposed to be like one of the liberal places. And I just want to tell you, other black girl watching this channel, it isn't liberal. People here don't like you. The Mexicans hate you. The black men hate you. The white professors absolutely hate you. All of the Karens hate you. All of the students think you're a nigger bitch. Like, it's not, there's no part that's positive. Zero. There's nothing here for people like us. And I've said it before, but I really want to like help you let it sink in. It's a facade. Like, they sing the rap songs because rap is like cool and trendy, not because they respect or admire black people. Like, they hate black people all over the world, all of the countries basically, except for like the European countries at this point, I feel like have come to a grip with the fact that they have done wrong, right? They have tried to remedy the things that they've done wrong, but not in America. That's not the story here. The story here is racism, 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 racism. Take a break from racism, 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 anti-black racism specifically. Racism, 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 racism. Racism, racism, racism. Take a break from racism, then racism, 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 and then just stop talking about all of the, see how many racisms was that? That was like 22 racisms. There wasn't anything else introduced. That's what I want to be clear. It would be different if it was like racism, 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 restitution, reparations, infrastructure, money, positive quotes, good thoughts. None of that shit was introduced. No. Just racism. See, it's like active racism. See how I'm saying it? Like the word is hitting your ear and you're like, there it is. I mean, that's just a word. But think of like policies and enactments and whole families who have these real fundamental beliefs in their heart. That's who they are as people. Their whole identity is just made up of anti-black racism. And I can't, there isn't another thing. And now it's become cool to be like, anti-black woman racism, that's the new version. It's like, oh my god, okay, well, you can be like a biracial nigger, but as long as you like hate black women, you're in the club. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what the solution is. I haven't really found many people who are able to like get over or do more. I'm really grateful to see more continental Africans who are just coming, making space for themselves, and just kind of like thriving here. I love to see it. I hope to see more of it. But I just can't bypass the complete destruction of like the hope and opportunity, or really lack thereof, of basically like everybody else, you know? Not everybody else, but the Black community. Or many Black Americans. And I think that it's important to address. I think that it's important to address. And you know, you don't have to feel that way. There's an entire community of people who care nothing about my problems or my perspective, my life, nothing, my accomplishments, and they actively wish death on me every day. Every day. They hop into my comments and they like, you know, screenshot all my shit. Like, they do all the things every day. It's active. It's active. As though like my life means something to them at all. I don't know these people. I don't go out looking for them. I don't say anything to them. I just like walk right by. Y'all see, I just go to the garden and talk. It's not enough. Just the fact that I'm alive is too much. It's not acceptable. Like, I don't even have a right to life here. That's how awful this country is. And it isn't new. It isn't new. You know what's new? YouTube. YouTube is new. Now you can listen to me say it, and maybe you can think that you can be like, wow, she's not joking. Like, why the fuck would I be joking? What's funny about that? Nothing. Nothing about that is funny. Because it isn't funny. At its heart, it isn't funny. But to some of you, it is. Why? Because it's not happening to you, so it's like, fuck her. I don't give a shit about her life. Fuck her, right? You can feel that way. Who's going to stop you? No one. No one can stop you. I can't stop you. I don't want to. But, sometimes I wake up and I wonder, what is it about this face that is so offensive to the others? You know? Like, why do they care so much? What does it mean to them? Why don't they just move forward with their own lives? I feel like that's what I would do. That's what I do. That's what I try to do. It doesn't work, as you see. Because oppressive systems stay in place. They stand right here with like this boot, this hypothetical boot. It just sits on your neck like this. How can you walk, run, thrive, or try when there's a boot on your fucking neck? You can't. You can't. That's the answer. Don't try to give, I feel like what lots of people have done is they've tried to give these like analogies of like how to maneuver your way out of the boot on your neck. Like, oh, you could turn left and turn right and dive and jump. And it's like, or the person with their fucking boot on your neck could just take the boot off of your neck, you know? What about that? What about that? You know what's just crazy? So, I've been listening to a lot of the talks. Those abortion talks. The pro-life, pro-choicers. Everybody's like on their own side, you know, they've got their opinions. Oh, I'm pro-life. Oh, I'm pro-choice. They show the little videos of the babies being like killed in the womb. And okay. For some of this, I think some people are very concerned about the dwindling number of white people in the country, so they're like, stop killing white babies, because there's like 800,000 babies aborted every year. That's actually a lot. I didn't know it was that high of a number. That's a lot of babies. That's a lot of abortions. But I also think that there are some women, so I didn't know this statistic either. Some of the women who are having abortions are married women who already have like 2 or 3 children, and they just don't feel like they can take care of another child. So that is the issue. I don't really know how I feel about that. Well, maybe I do. I mean, that's a very difficult situation. A mom who's already taken care of like 3 kids. How is she gonna have like 8 more or something? It's just like, what the hell? All I know is this. I need to figure out a way to get a plane ticket. There has to be like some way for me to get a fucking plane ticket. It's kind of cold, but technically we could walk to the garden today. Here's another funny thing. It's not that funny, but whatever, it's true. When I haven't, when I'm trying to lose weight and I'm on a diet and then I start to exercise a lot and it becomes time to have my period, I have to have like this calorie craze that happens so that my body feels like it's safe to like let out the blood. I think that's what's happening now. This is why you guys see my face gets really chubby right here. Yeah, that's because I'm about to start my period. So I feel like that's actually what's happening today. You know, maybe I can call my mom and just ask her for the money for the plane ticket. She definitely said no in the past, but I don't really see another way for me to get the money for the plane ticket, and I need the money for the plane ticket because I can't live here anymore. I feel like I'm gonna jump off of a bridge. I don't have what it takes, you know? Maybe at a different point in my life, if something else was happening or if I had another, I really don't know. If something else was happening in my life, then maybe, but it's just not. And yeah, I choose to not.